Good morning, everyone. I know I do this all the time. I can't stop. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rimmer, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. I do that through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections. My hope is for all of you to find your voice, to tell your story, and to no longer whisper your wishes, but to in fact scream your dream. I know that doing so is a practice, something that we need to be able to utilize each and every day. And I'm excited to be able to offer you an opportunity to do that with me. So thank you so much for joining me. It is a journey in and of itself. I just want to make sure that you guys could hear me. I understand that it is Friday. It is Friday. And for those of you that have had a hard week, we're here. Sometimes Thursdays feel like Fridays to me. Yesterday, I was like, oh, it's Friday. I was like, no, it's not. I had an extra day in the week, but at least I get to join you for one more day. I do this Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern on as many platforms as will house me. I think we're live on LinkedIn. We're live on all of our Facebook platforms, and we're live on YouTube. So you can catch me wherever it is that you would like to catch me. I'm super excited to be able to hang out with all of you and join you each and every day. Today we are talking about, my friends, forgiveness. Now, when I say forgiveness, a lot of you think that means forgiving other people. And it is. I mean, I think that there's a thing to that. Good morning, Lisa. I think that there's a thing to that. I think that there's an importance of forgiving other people. But I'm talking about forgiveness of yourself today. For those of you out there who have made some big mistakes or are torturing yourself about some small mistakes, I want you to forgive yourself today. I want you to be able to look at what you have done and how far you have come and say, it is okay that everything was not okay. It is okay that I went left when I should have gone right. It is okay that I skipped a beat when I should have just stayed the path. It is okay. And I forgive myself for the mistakes that I've made, for the wrong turns that I've made, for the decisions that I've made, for the partnerships that I've made. I forgive myself for all of those things because I find that we are living in the mistakes of our past. And when that happens, we tend to repeat them. When we are not acknowledging them or not moving forward in that way, we are continuously living in the things and in the space that we once kept, which is one of not being fulfilled, one of not living your best life, one of always being in a place of desperation. And I need you to forgive yourself for that. I need you to forgive yourself for the mistakes you were ultimately going to make, trying to build something as big as you are planning to build or as big as it is. What it is that I'm looking to do, what it is, the impact that I'm looking to make cannot come without mistakes. It just can't. You don't know what you don't know. And so we navigate this space of unknowing, thinking that we're going to get everything right. Our intention is, of course, to do the best we can. Our intention is, of course, to be as right as we possibly can with the resources we have available to us. But there's the opportunities in which we will not get everything right, in which we will go left when we're supposed to go right, when we're supposed to be up, we are down, when all things are wrong. But because you are dreaming such big, immense dreams, because you want so much, there is no way that you can achieve that without making mistakes. And some of you are okay with the mistakes, but not okay with forgiving yourself for the mistakes. Today is about forgiveness. Today is about forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you have made, because you guys are carrying them around like heavy book bags full of rocks. You're carrying them around and you're not allowing for yourself to move freely in this new space that you have earned because you haven't forgiven yourself for the mistakes that you have made. And if it's the forgiveness Friday of things, if it's us looking at things and saying, I am no longer going to carry what I made, what the disaster of 2020 in general, or the disaster of 2001, some of you are still schlepping around with things that you did in the 90s. Allowing for that to function. I was never mean to you, Anthony. Stop telling lies. That is a lie. Happy anniversary, Anthony. I saw that the other day. Happy anniversary to you. Have good morning, Barbara. How are you? But you gotta forgive yourself for the mess you've made, for the wrong turns that you have made, the confusion in your life, Forgive yourself for all of those things. Let it go. Not because you're going to forget them. Don't confuse forgiving with forgetting. I'm not asking you to forget them, because we need them as benchmarks as it relates to things in which taught us lessons. So I'm not asking you to forget the mishaps of your past. I'm asking you to forgive yourself so you know that you are better than the mistakes that you've made, that you are better than the wrong turns that you have taken, that there is more for you in front of you than behind you. I'm telling you, you've got to forgive yourself. And so often we don't, right? We carry it. We wear it. We refuse to take it off. We refuse to let it go. Oh, I'm scared I'm going to do it again. I'm scared I'm going to do it. But you know more now. You're stronger now. You're brighter now. You've got it now, right? You have to believe that to be true. And if you do not forgive yourself for the mistakes in which you have executed in big ways, and I'm saying, and I'm not even talking about gigantic mistakes, but I've made big ones. Huge. You know, anybody who follows me knows these three things. If I say that I'm fine 3 times, I am not fine. So if it's something like, I'm fine, right? If I throw in an extra one, I'm fine, I'm totally fine. If I throw in a totally, I suggest you call for help, because I'm not okay, right? And I would navigate my life just saying that I'm fine. And I don't know how many of you out there do the same thing. Just be like, I got it. It's fine. Meanwhile, the world is imploding. Meanwhile, all of the alarms are going off. Meanwhile, you know you don't got it, but you are too in your own feelings to ask for help. You've made a mistake. You haven't followed your gut. You decided to partner with that person, to buy that thing, to go to that event, to participate in that relationship, and it was a mistake. And instead of moving forward and living in the lesson, you have decided to live in this regret. And you carry it into every new opportunity and every new situation. I am no longer doing that. I have made mistakes, but those were in the past. And there could be people that are still holding on to the mistakes that I have made. There could be people in your life that are still holding on to who you were. But it's your decision to move forward, because you can't take that baggage with you. You can't take it with you clearly into the next scenario. I'm not asking you to forget it, but I am asking you to forgive it. I'm asking you to forgive the mistakes that you have made, because you have earned the right to do so. Because it is a new chapter. It is a new day. You have earned the right to move forward. Your dreams are too big for you to be cemented in the mistakes that you have made in the past. They are too big. You have too much to look forward to be carrying all that drama with you. You're not even the same person that made that mistake. So I really need you to think about how far you've come and what you are taking with you on this journey. And have you forgiven yourself fully? Because I said that I did. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm a different person. Every decision that I was making with this trepidation that I was the person that was making those mistakes in the past. I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to get myself to where it is that I wanted to be. I was so concerned, right, that I would repeat myself and history would just continue to repeat itself. But I know better. You've got to forgive yourself, guys. You have to. You've got to look at what's ahead of you and understand and embrace it, and look at it head on, knowing that bigger and better is waiting for you. But you know, you can't come to it with all this baggage. You can't come to it with all this luggage full of all the things you didn't do and full of all the mistakes that you made in the past relationships and partnerships that didn't work out, or the proposals that didn't go through. You have to learn those life lessons and move forward in that way to get closer to what it is that you want. Today's morning message is about forgiveness, and not necessarily forgiving other people, though that is on the agenda. Forgiving yourself for the mistakes that you have made. Forgiving yourself for the right and the wrong turns that you have made in your life that have brought you here. Instead, I suggest you look at them as life lessons. You determine and understand and embrace the fact that you are someone new, and you walk in that. And you put down all of the things that you are carrying, all the mistakes that you are forcing yourself to relive. We're going to focus. We're going to focus on forgiveness on this Friday. I forgive myself for the mistakes that I've made, only to recognize that I am better for them, only to understand that I will no longer do that. I will practice differently. I will function differently. I will communicate differently. I will arrive differently, because I have forgiven myself for the mistakes that I have made in the past. I want you to think about the things in which, today only, the things in which you are carrying that are too heavy to carry. The things in which you continue to bring from one opportunity to the next, when you could float lighter into that meeting, you could float lighter into that new relationship because you have put down and you have forgiven yourself. Good morning, Candy. Give yourself a break. Put down all of the mistakes that you have made. Stop reiterating, re-entertaining, re-sharing the valleys of what you've got going on. Forgive yourself for the mishaps. Forgive yourself for all the things that didn't work out, and take a step into a new direction, allowing yourself to know that you deserve the dreams that you have that are so big. And so here's the deal also with the things in which we're dreaming up, right? They can't come. Good morning, Andy. They can't come. They can't come without mistakes. They can't come without mistakes. A child doesn't learn to walk without falling down. That's just how it is. It's a blatant scenario. It's blatant. There's no way around it. For you, if you were to dream little things, then yes, no mistakes, no issue. But when we are dreaming big things, when we are trying to walk, we are going to fall down. And when we are trying to run, we will scrape our knees. But you got to forgive yourself, because now you know how to walk. Now you know how to run, right? So let's figure it out. Let's give ourselves permission to forgive ourselves for the things in which we are carrying. Put it down so we lighten the load on this journey. Because we need to be able to collect so many amazing things along the way that we simply can't. We just simply can't bring all that mess with us. So I'm going to forgive myself for my mess. And my messes were big. And it's still a challenge. And I'm not saying that they're not going to creep into conversations you're not going to remember at the most crazy times. Hello, Zach. How are you? You're not going to remember and recollect at the craziest moments, in those craziest times. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. That's why I don't want you to forget them. But you've got to forgive yourself. You've got to forgive yourself and look at things a little bit differently. You've got to look at where it is that you're going. We are not going backwards, right? We talked about earlier this week, we are falling forward. That is the only direction we want to go. And in order to do that with enthusiasm, in order to do that in a way in which you are proud of yourself and how far you have come, is if you forgive yourself. I'm Sheldon Barlow Rumor, and this is it. It is a beautiful Friday, and for us here on the East Coast, I want you guys to enjoy this weather. I hope everybody is healthy and everybody is doing well. The goal of these morning messages is to encourage you to find your voice, to tell your story, to no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network, connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. I want all of you, through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections, to forgive yourself today. Be part of our community. Log on to thisisit.tv.com to watch our latest episodes. Log on to thisisit.tv. And for all this inspiration, don't forget to follow us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. Happy birthday, Donna. Yesterday was Donna's birthday. Happy birthday, Donna. I hope you had a beautiful, beautiful day and enjoyed yourself. Another year of amazing things are just around the corner. Again, I'm Sheldon Barlow Rumor, and this is it. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you again on Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern as we encourage all of you to scream your dream. Take care.